discipline and forgiveness. These two things go hand in hand. As you work on your mind, you must become more disciplined. In order to manifest the state of being that you desire, you begin with harnessing your thoughts, cleaning up your mind, and becoming disciplined in how you think and how you act. And the way that forgiveness is related to discipline is that it's going to be very difficult to be disciplined if you don't first forgive yourself for the things that you've done in the past. So this is something that I've been learning and realizing. There's things that you can teach and share that you've simply just learned, and there are things that you can share that you are actually experiencing and learning through firsthand experience rather than just reading something, listening to something, and regurgitating it. So this is something that I've been experiencing and I am working on, and so I feel it's appropriate to share with you guys. So if you aren't familiar, if you're new here and you don't have any exposure to Neville Goddard or Law of Attraction, then let me briefly explain. So Neville Goddard teaches us the law of attraction. The law of attraction is simply that whatever you put out into the universe comes back to you. What you expect to happen, what you put energy into, your emotions, your vibrations, the vibrations that you send out are reflected back to you by your outer experiences in the world. Now, this is rooted in non-duality because non-duality says that we are all one, there is no separation. Now, most of us go around living in separation day to day. I mean, am I doing it right now just because I'm driving a car and I'm going to work? Like, is that inherently separate? Maybe. But true love and understanding is synonymous, I believe, with non-duality because God created all of us. We are all part of God's creation. We all are God. And there is no separation at the highest level between me and you or anything. It's all just God. So the law of attraction shows us that we can directly affect what seems to be the outer world with our minds because there is no outer world. It all just is the world. I have a whole theory on perception and the subjectivity of it and how that's actually more objective than what we generally think of as objective reality, but that's for another video. So, law of attraction, simply stated, what you put out comes back. Okay, you get what you give, kind of thing. And so you're not able to, and this is somewhat informed by A Course in Miracles, you're not able to live properly when you're carrying baggage, believing that you have done wrong in the past. You need to forgive yourself. And there are heavy tones of Christian language in A Course in Miracles. And personally, I do believe in the power of Jesus and the immense love and the power of praying to Jesus and trying to spend time, if only consciously, with Jesus. And also that the power of Jesus' love comes from all the other people who have adored him in the past. And so Jesus already was a very powerful being. Um, and in the 2025 years since his death, all the love and adoration that people have given towards him has only strengthened that concept. So it's very difficult to be disciplined and stay on the right path if you believe in your mess ups and you believe that those things define you. You need to forgive yourself. And that's what the Course defines as a miracle, is forgiveness. Uh, and I'm telling you here that it's going to be nearly impossible for you to stay disciplined if you are believing that you are not worthy, if you're believing that uh, you are less than adequate, if you're carrying around negative baggage of the sins that you have committed, because we all have, we all have done things that we wish we didn't do, but as long as you carry around guilt and shame, particularly super low vibrational, there's a thing called the emotional spiral, and it's kind of like there's a 0 point, and then which is like boredom, and then there's down below is really negative emotions, uh, with like fear, hate, apathy, and then in the positive direction there are positive emotions, love, joy, happiness, and there's a whole spectrum to it basically. And maybe I'll put that on the screen or something. And so you're not going to be able to stay in a higher state if you're being retracted or pulled back down by these negative emotions. And so we need to heal those negative emotions. We need to transmute those negative emotions. And that's done through forgiveness. And to me, a big part of that forgiveness is done through touching the body of Christ, of his love, and um, saying you're sorry perhaps, or just recommitting yourself to not doing those things again. So uh, and you can do that every day for all the things that you've done. um, I think that my perception of the world is inherently Christian because of the day and age that I've grown up in, but nonetheless I think that that's a very powerful principle to find forgiveness, and it doesn't have to be specifically done through like a priest or anything. It can literally just be you alone in your room or at a park or something, and you can pray to Jesus and tell him all the things that you've done that you don't want to do anymore, and then don't feel shame for those, but choose to be in his love, and choose to be, if you don't like the Jesus talk, just choose to be in the universal love, and begin to find healing from those, and ultimately that will help you from committing those uh, things again that cause you to embody lower vibrations. And then through that forgiveness, then you will be able to stay more disciplined, but it won't even be disciplined like white knuckling it, like, well, I've got to do this and it's so hard and tough. You'll be able to be disciplined, but it'll be more easy. It'll be full of ease. And you'll be able to do these things that you want to do, that you consciously set your mind to, and it will happen much more naturally. And that's where uh, that's where the law of attraction comes in, and it's teaching you how to prime your subconscious so that you are in the proper emotional state and in the proper frame of thought, so that the things that you want to do happen naturally as an expression of your being, and then uh, over time and very powerfully, the universe begins to align with how you feel about it. So anyway, discipline is very important as you are on the path of self-development, and discipline is important as you work on attracting the reality that you want. But it is going to be difficult to attract the reality you want if you're still carrying around negative emotions. And so the negative emotions can be healed through forgiveness. And so forgiveness is very important. Um, and so is love. I think love heals all of those things. So I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope this makes your life just a little bit better. You're a powerful creator, and I hope you take this opportunity of this day in this life to uh, do what your conscious most wants. I hope you consciously choose to do what is most in alignment with what you feel like doing. So, if you like today's message, like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in another video.